I'm Tim Priceman from award-winning PR consultants, Kelso Consulting. This is the fourth of our four-parter around CNBC interviews, why do them, how to prepare for them, what happens on the day, and this is the final one which looks at what to do with it once it has appeared. Now, first of all, don't be tempted to look at this video afterwards. You should look at it beforehand so you're able to respond quickly. Indeed, forward it on to your marketing team so that they can have a look and be all geared up as well. If this advice comes to you too late and you've done the video, well, there's still plenty that can be done, but next time, look at it first of all. So, what will you get? You will get two things. First of all, they will email you a couple of hours afterwards, or maybe they'll email your corporate PR advisor an offer to buy the video. This will be the full recording and it will be in high resolution, and you'll be able to do various things with it without worrying about infringing copyright. So that's number one thing. Number two, they will have the video on their website and you will be able to share it, and they will be you will be able to even embed it in your own website, in blog posts, that sort of thing. Here follows a little explainer on how to access that. So this is just one little feature I'd like to flag up on the CNBC website. So when your video appears, and this will be an excerpt of it, it won't be the full interview, it will perhaps be a couple of minutes, maybe 2.5 minutes of the bits they think make a good highlight of it. It will appear on the website about an hour and a half, 2 hours after it's been broadcast, so pretty quick. And the way to find it is CNBC TV, Europe TV, or indeed latest video is probably the best place to find it from. So here's an example of one interview of a client of mine who actually never did have any formal media training, although I strongly recommend media training. He was simply a bit of coaching from myself, and a bit of a star, and has been regularly invited back by CNBC ever since. Now, you'll see that various of these share buttons appear, which are all fairly straightforward. I won't cover those, but you may want to make use of them. An interesting feature though, which if you hover over the video and go to here and then go to here, is it gives you a little bit of text which you can cut and paste, which allows you to embed the video in different screen sizes into a web page, into a blog post. So if you actually want it to appear in one of the pages on your website, this allows you to do it very, very straightforwardly. So with your appearance on CNBC, there are two timescales you need to think about and have plans for each of them for making the most out of it. The first is the immediate bit, and the second bit is the longer term. Let's deal with the immediate bit. Now, CNBC is very news and topicality driven. So your interview will be linked to something that is newsy on that day. Now, if you email everyone a few days later saying, here I am on CNBC the other week, quite frankly, it doesn't have the impact as contacting them along the lines of, here I am on CNBC 3 hours ago talking about this important issue of the day. So your first bit needs to be all about how you can get that immediate impact. And clearly the best way of achieving that is social media, although you can certainly use email as well. In fact, I would urge you to. LinkedIn, your clients, referrers, important people are probably on LinkedIn. So that's the key area. And certainly at the moment on LinkedIn, videos are getting good engagement, so you should be sharing it amongst your on your feed, but you should also be getting your colleagues and good contacts to share it quickly as well. That way the LinkedIn algorithm likes it and it gets seen by a much bigger group of people. But don't just have it as a post, also have it on your broader profile on there, so that subsequently people can see you've been on CNBC. And as I mentioned in the one of the previous ones, some people even screenshot it and use that as their LinkedIn profile picture. Maybe you or your firm are on Twitter, Instagram, those sorts of ones. Definitely think about sharing this on those, and indeed to impress your friends and family, what better way than to do it on Facebook as well. And if you've got a busy blog, a busy website, well indeed get it straight up on there so people can see it while it's topical rather than historic. The next part is to think about longer term. Being on CNBC should be seen in part of a broad strategy to position you as an expert on particular areas. So you want to be thinking about how to use that. Now, for most professionals, when it comes to their firm's website, one of the most visited pages is the biographies of partners, directors, experts, and yet these are the pages that get updated the least. So think about embedding it into those, think about mentioning it, those sorts of things. Again, think about how you can use it in proposals, presentations about as your credential. Maybe you're not going to play on the video, but certainly think about mentioning it, screenshots, things like this. Another area to think about is that you probably said some really good, interesting insights. So either you or perhaps one of the team can transcribe a few of those, work them up into a blog, or maybe when you're sharing it, share some of the text, particularly online, as that would be good for additional search engine optimization. So those are a few thoughts about it, whether you're sharing it using the buttons on the page or other ways of sharing it through your social media team, through yourself. So to wrap up, I hope you found these 4 videos from myself at Kelso Consulting useful. As mentioned on previous ones, we have an aid memoir for some of the preparation tips. It's available at the website address below on our resources page. There's an additional video for clients which is all about how to deal with difficult questions, although as a former boss of mine used to say, there's no such thing as difficult questions, only difficult answers, and the key to that is making sure you have the answers so no questions are difficult. And we'll be coming on to that if you're a Kelso client in the extra video. Thank you very much and good luck with your impending CNBC appearance and indeed subsequent appearances there and on other broadcasters.